Today I'm going to be introducing you to some of my favorite art supplies. I love watercolor painting. I find it to be very relaxing and very therapeutic. And while I am a complete beginner and just do it as a hobby, I thought it would be fun to just explore some of the sounds of the paints and the brushes and maybe swatch some of the colors of my mini watercolor palette. This is Topo Chico, one of the best seltzers. Let's open it. Oh my god, that's so good. I was pretty thirsty. So refreshing, you guys. Okay, now we're really ready. Let's start with the pan for the watercolors. So this is a porcelain tray for mixing colors and water. This was given to me as a birthday gift last year. The one I was using previously was this plastic one. And as you can tell, this porcelain one is a huge upgrade. It's really heavy, it has a really nice weight to it, and the way it mixes and holds the paint and water is just really luxurious and really nice. I still sometimes use this one, but I definitely prefer the porcelain one. And it has more spaces for color and water. And as you can see, there are leftover color in here from when I was using it last. I tend to do that a lot, which is just any leftover color, I'll let it dry, and then you can reactivate it, and it still works great. So these are the two mixers. Which sound do you like more? The plastic or the porcelain? I like them both. So we can set those to the side. So this is a small watercolor set by Winsor Newton. And Winsor Newton is sort of a classic art brand. They make really good quality paints, and the small sets are pretty affordable. Okay, let's see what's inside. So, as you can tell, this set is well loved, and I hope you can see it in this lighting. It's not very bright in this room, but we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14 different pan watercolors. I have them organized by warm and cool colors, and this is a warm black and a cool black. Down here we have white and brown, and the names of the colors are printed on the individual pans, but they're really hard to read, so I'm not going to try. But these are my paints, and I really love these paints. The pigment is really good, and the quality is really good, and I've had this set for a long time, and as you can see, they're well loved, but there's still a lot of paint left, and I'll continue to use them for a long time. Okay, so those are the paints. Let's put those up here to the side, out of the way. The next thing we have is a different type of paint called gouache. I think that's how you pronounce it. I think gouache. It's kind of like an opaque watercolor. I only have a few tubes of this. This is the white one. I like adding this to my palette because, as you know, when you are painting with watercolors, you have to reserve the negative space or the paper to create the highlights, and that can be challenging, especially for a beginner. And with gouache or a white pen, which I have here, just a white like jelly roller pen, you can go back in and create those highlights because this type of paint is opaque, so it'll sit on top of the watercolor and give you that white highlight that you're missing. And if you want to do fine detail, the jelly roller pen will do that too. Okay, so we have those two things here. Let's put those up here. Okay, next up, we're going to look at a few of my favorite brushes. Let me try brushing the microphone. What does that sound like to you guys? What does that sound like? Okay. So these are by Princeton. This is a 10 round. I really like this brush. It holds, these are all synthetic brushes. They're really good quality. They're made of wood with a metal tip, and again, they're synthetic, I believe synthetic sable. They hold a lot of water and a lot of pigment, and I love these brushes. The three I have here are my most used brushes. They're the ones that I travel with and that I reach for more than any other. So I love the 10-inch round. I have, what do we have here? We have a 10-inch shader. It's sort of a flat tip, more of like a square tip. And this is good for creating edges, line work. I love this brush too. Let me have another sip of seltzer. Why is that so good? Let's open to a new page and start swatching some of these colors. I have a spray bottle here. And I'm just going to mist the paints to activate them. Nice. And that'll just help activate the pigments and soften them and get them ready to use. I like getting a generous amount of paint on the brush. Oh my gosh, look at that. That is beautiful. So that to me is like a medium tone rosy color. It's so pretty. It looks so nice as you shear it out with some water. Oh my gosh, I love that. So nice. I definitely use this color a lot. It's really pretty. It's definitely a great shade to use in sunsets. Okay, our next red, let's see what it looks like in comparison. Oh my gosh. So definitely like a deeper tone. More of like a brick red color. A little more rich, a little more, I don't know. Yeah, rich, so a little more sophisticated. This is a gorgeous color. Oh my gosh. They look similar. These two look pretty similar. There's something so satisfying about just looking at color swatches. It's just so relaxing. Okay. Okay, next up we have definitely like an orangey red. Yeah. That's really nice. That's really like a saturated kind of like pumpkin orange. There's definitely a lot of red in there. It's definitely warmer than just a straight orange. The pigment is gorgeous. Let's pull some of that out. That is so nice. Oh my gosh. I love that. It's a beautiful color. So let's see what this looks like here. Mm-hmm. Definitely a warm tone, kind of sepia brown. These look so good together. I love that. A really great shade for any sort of landscape, natural textures, anything like that. This is going to be a really good shade. Okay, now we're moving into this kind of like marigold mustard shade. Let's try it. Oh my god, yeah. Look at the saturation on that color. These are such good quality paints and really affordable for a beginner. And I think if you want to try painting or just, experiment with it as a hobby, you don't need a lot of supplies. These are all of my supplies. It's a set that was maybe $25 to $30 and a few sort of medium quality brushes and just a small watercolor pad, and that's really all you need. And it's just really fun and relaxing. So yeah, oh my gosh. This is a gorgeous yellow. Let's try it directly next to this lemon yellow. So the lemon yellow is going to be lighter and definitely a bit of a cooler tone. Let's see it. Let's see it in action. Yeah. So definitely a cooler tone, kind of like a lemon lime. And a little bit more of like a neon vibe. But it's really nice too. I love that color. These are beautiful shades. Absolutely beautiful shades. So those are our warm toned colors. Warm toned colors. I'm going to rotate the paper so we can do the cool tones on the other side. Okay, let's get into the cool tones. Seltzer break. You can also wet your paper before you start with just a clean wash of water. So if we wanted to take some clean water, there's a little bit of pigment on this brush, but that's okay. You could take some clean, well, this is green now, but in theory, if you wanted to do wet on wet painting, and this is actually okay because we're going to be swatching a green, you can sort of dampen your paper and then go in with your color. And it's just a different technique, and it just allows the color to flow. So as you can see, the color kind of starts to bleed and spread within the space of the water. This is a really beautiful spring grass green color. Really, I don't know, a really calming shade. You could picture a ton of trees, a ton of leaves being painted with this shade. Paths through the woods, lying in grass. This is a beautiful shade. I use this color a lot, as you can tell. If I was actually painting, I like to have two different containers for cleaning my brushes in between colors. I like to have 1 cup for the warm colors and 1 cup for the cool colors. And that's a really good tip because it keeps everything from getting muddy, to keep the water separated like that. Okay, let's try the second green. Wow. So this is an exquisite color. This is a really rich jewel tone. There's definitely a lot more blue in this color. It's a cool toned green, for sure. This reminds me of like the ocean, like sort of like a brackish. You can see that going. And this is just really beautiful. There's something just like so relaxing about just like playing with the colors and like watching them interact with each other. I love that. Okay, moving on to blue. Wow, it seems like this color blue here is my most used color. Let's find out why. That's beautiful. So this is a really pretty sort of dusty cornflower blue. Sky, clouds. It's really calming, really versatile. It looks beautiful with these colors here and also these colors. Oh my gosh. That is a beautiful color. An absolutely beautiful color. I love it. Let's find out what this blue is all about. So this is a stunning true blue, kind of like a royal blue maybe. I don't know. I don't think it's cobalt. I'm not sure. But kind of similar to like how these two are a more muted tone, and then we have two here that are sort of more in the more saturated, like jewel tone family. That is gorgeous. I like doing these swatches too because when you have a set for a long time, it's like I did swatches when I first got them, but then it's nice to have the swatches and just sort of revisit what each color really is individually, you know? I don't really use, unless I'm trying to create like a pastel shade, I don't really use the white all that much. Again, I have the gouache that I use for that. I'm sorry the lighting is dim. The sun is pretty quiet today. So here's the white. Okay, so it just picked up a lot of the green pigment It's kind of just like this muddy color right here. It's okay. But yeah, I don't really use it. And then this is a cool tone brown. As you can see, I don't really use this brown all that much. You don't need very much of it. But maybe, you know, if you're making a tree, you'd want to use it, maybe. Yeah. So those are my colors. They're really nice. I hope that you enjoyed some of the sounds in this video. I hope that maybe you are inspired to try watercolor painting for the first time, or if you already are into painting and maybe it's been a while since you picked up your brushes and gotten your paints out, that this video has inspired you to reconnect with your practice. Please let me know how the sound quality is in this video, and if there's anything in particular you'd like to see from me in the future. I hope to be back very soon with another video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day.